very good day and a warm welcome to the studio where Raheel Radhikrishna and I are taking you through the race meeting that's going to take place on Tuesday, the 1st of November 2022. Racing will be at the Vaal. 1st of November, so the start of the new month. We're on the Highveld at the Vaal for 8 competitive races. We're nearing the end of the year. The mind boggles. But let's go to race 1. It's a maiden plate over 1,600 meters at 12:15, and it does kick off the first leg of the bipot. So bipot in the very first race. Raheel, my numbers for race 1, I'm going with number 15, US Open, who showed huge improvement from run 1 to run 2. I believe that he'll love the 1,600 meter trip. He gets Gavin Arena, he gets a inside draw. It is the Vaal straight, so he's on the inside. But still, I believe that he's improving, and he's the one they all have to beat. Healthy Respect for 16 World's Best, who's attracted some early betting support, caught the eye on debut. And then number 1, DJ Junior, looks to have an obvious chance. 15, 16, 1 for me. That's race 1.
Warren, for me, it's just one horse, number 16 World's Best. 22-10 into 16-10. I think he's a horse that's going to take a power of beating in this lineup. I know that it's never easy to have his it's never easy to run at a straight course over at the Vaal 1600 for the first time, but I think he'll get the job done. He looks to be a nice horse in the making. I think he's a horse that would have needed that last start, and Mike de Kock could have a really nice horse on his hands here. He's a horse that Dam Holly Point was a fairly useful sort, 3 wins from 7 start. Did win over sprinting trips, but he is a son of Ideal World, and I think he'll relish the 1600 meters, especially with the run underneath the belt. So I think World's Best is the one that they all have to beat. Warren likes US Open, so maybe some exactors boxed 15 and 16 for race number 1.
Okay, let's move along to the second race then. And race 2 is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,600 meters up the Vaal straight. And scratched at the early time of recording is number 10, Go Flickety, which should bring number 17 into the race, Solo Diva. It certainly does, and now gets the services of Ryan Munga. So Solo Diva gets the services of Ryan Munga. And in actual fact, when I had a look at the fields yesterday, my numbers were 8 Can't Fool Me from 17 Solo Diva. But I'd like to change that now. I quite like number 17 Solo Diva. I was going to mention that should this filly get into the race, she would then be my first choice. Well, since then, there's been a scratching and she is in the race. So the Taranzaki stable look to continue their good fortune. They're in good form. So I'm in the camp of number 17 Solo Diva. 2 very good runs thus far. Obviously, Healthy Respect for number 8 Can't Fool Me. Others to talk about: 4 Rosie Lemon, who Gavin Arena and Fani Broncos to have a fabulous strike rate. And then the other horse that is worth a mention is number 13, Last Wild One. But I'm in the camp of number 17, Solo Diva, for the Taranzaki stable to continue. How do you see race 2?
Warren, horse number 5 on the guest list is one that I've been following, and I refuse to believe that she's as bad as her form has been in the past 3 starts. There's some decent form lines there, especially the run behind Gobsmack. She's been well beaten in her last 2 starts. In fact, all 3 of her starts, she's been well beaten. But I think she's got the ability, and I'm hoping that Keegan Miller could just extract a bit more out of this 3-year-old daughter. I've given the green light, so she'll be one to keep an eye on. And then horse number 16, the Namakwa Blossom. Now, she was the horse that attracted quite a bit of market support on debut, but come race time, she did drift out in the market. Last time out, 33 to 1 shot behind Intoxicating. That form line is holding up quite nicely with Ideal Future and a nice move coming through to win. There has been a couple of places as well from the form line. And I just feel she's one at around 12 to 1 in the market. I think she's worth an inclusion. She does have the course experience, and I think that she could give a good account of herself. So numbers 16 and number 5 would be horses that I'd keep an eye on, and Warren likes number 8 Can't Fool Me along with number 17 Solo Diva. So possibly 4 horses that you can play around in race number 2, and that's open leg of the bipot. Now we'll move along to race number 3 on the program. Rather, race 2 is the opening leg of the PA, and race 3, 1,600 meters the distance. The pick 6 gets underway in this lineup. 1:20 is the time you need to get those bets on. It's a fillies and mares 72 handicap. Warren, what's your take on the race? Because it does look to be a race where I think the 3-year-olds could just dominate, the likes of Ready to Fly and number 3, Light of Day.
I do like them both very strong. In the previous race, we were a little different in our selections, but that's fine. The third race, I am in your camp with the 3-year-olds Ready to Fly. You look at those runs to Captain Peg. If Captain Peg were in this field, would be an odds-on favourite. So I like number 1, Ready to Fly, and number 3, Light of Day. My value in the race at around 16 to 1 is number 14, Rose Willow for the quartets. 1, 3, 14. Ready to Fly, I think will be in the winners' enclosure. First leg of the pick 6, we don't need to spend too much time on it if we're in the same camp as the 3-year-olds. But the question I want to ask you is, can we go light in the first leg of the pick 6 with these 3-year-olds?
I think we could take a chance and go with the 3-year-olds. Light of Day would be the top choice for me, just based on the fact that she does have the course experience, and 1600 this time. I think that she'll run well, especially for the informed Paul Matchett yard. And Warren is with Ready to Fly, and he likes a bit of value with the form of number 14, Rose Willow. So you could possibly include 2 horses, just the 3-year-olds, or you could include number 14 as well as a bit of cover and a nice roughie in the first leg of the pick 6 if she were to arrive. Now, moving along to race number 4 on the program, and race number 4 is a fillies and mares 89 divided handicap, 1600 meters a trip. 13:55 is the time that you need to get those bets on. And Mike's Chick, she's a horse that returns off a quick backup just 8 days later. She's having a third run after a rest. She ran behind Bless My Stars last time out. She had to concede 5.5 kgs, and she was far from disgraced. Bless My Stars was the best weighted horse in the race, and she duly obliged by coming through to win quite convincingly. Mike's Chick, second best on the day. She's on a mark of 92. Whether she's going to be able to carry 61.5 to victory over the straight course, it's going to be a challenge, but I think that she's a horse that has got the ability. She's come down from a 100 down to a 92, and I think that she should run well. So Mike's Chick, probably the horse that they all have to beat here. Horse like number 2, Eternal Life, could just need the run, but if she doesn't, she's one that is suited to the course, and informed Caden Brewer, he'll be one that he's buzzing with confidence at the moment. So Eternal Life, perhaps the value in the race for trifectas and quartets. Warren, what's your pick in the lineup?
I'm very strong on Mike's Chick. Others to mention, 4 Striker Match for Fani Bronkhorst, Chase Majan. That run to Maharani was good. The run to Kiss Me Captain was good. So I do respect the master of my fate, filly. So 5 Magical Flight and 6 Liliana. Obvious chances. Number 7 Ode to the Ocean. Our horse, we're hoping for improvement. That's all I can tell you. But I am in the camp of number 1 Mike's Chick, and quite firmly in the camp of Mike's Chick. Let's move along then to the 5th race, and let's talk about the 82 handicap, race 5, which is at 2:30, 2:30, over 2,000 meters at the Vaal on the very first day of November. Competitive race. But this horse, Tababia Rahil, seems to love the Highveld. His stats and his form on the Highveld is quite good. I am excited to see number 10, Al Fartik, run. He was an impressive winner last time. The Brief, 5th of July, Dawn of a New Era, all bring consistent and good form into the race, as well as number 13, Banner Bridge. So although my first choice is 6, Tababia, I do suggest to the viewers to try and load up as much as they can afford.
Well, Faltic was quite impressive when he returned off a lengthy layoff over a year off the track, and he got the job done over 2,000 meters. He won by 5.5 lengths. Form line has been franked. He's been given a mark of 75. Randall Simons, he sticks with the ride, 56 kgs on the back. Certainly a horse that he could well be better, a lot better than this field. So he'll be one to keep a very, very close eye on. 5th of July, he'd be a horse that I'd take a chance in the place accumulator and banker. He's suited to the course. Diego de Gavea has built a really, really good relationship with this individual. He's drawn in gate number 2. Draw is not really important with him, as he is a horse that does do his best work late on in the day. But I think he'll be running on strongly, and he does have the beating of Tababuya at the weights. He's 2 kgs better for length beating, and he was really finishing strongly last time out. So I think 5th of July, 6-1 in the market. I think that horse will go close, and hopefully for connections, he could get that overdue 4th career victory, because it's been 425 days since that last win, and at 6-1 in the market, I think he represents some value. So Warren likes Tababuya. I like 5th of July. And one horse that we're both going to keep a very close eye on is Al Fartik from the Mike de Kock yard, horse number 10. Now let's move along to race number 6 on the program. This is an MR96 handicap, 1400 meters the distance. And a horse that I'm going to be watching with keen interest is number 1, Paisley Park. 6 runs for 3 wins and 2 thirds. Now, he's a horse that does return off a lengthy layoff, 192 days, so just over 6 months off the track. But in saying that, he's lightly raced. He's a horse that he's got a few issues. He is a 5-year-old son of Give Me the Green Light. The fact that Sean Terry is keeping him in training and continuing with him must say something. So I think that Paisley Park at around 7-1 in the market, don't be surprised if this horse were to come out fresh and run an absolute cracker. I think that he'll be a horse that he's going to keep you interested just based on what he has achieved in his career so far. Last time out behind Golden Pheasant, wasn't beaten far. He was the favourite as well in that lineup, beaten 3.5 lengths. So I think Paisley Park will run well. And then there are quite a few other horses that you can include. A horse like number 10, Whirly Whirly, will be one at 14-1 in the market. He's suited to the course and distance. Ryan Munger takes a ride, 53.5 kgs on the back. He'll be one that I have probably an each-way wager on. Despite being an 8-year-old son of Great Britain, this horse is an 11-time winner from his 70 starts a day, so he knows what it takes to win a race, and one that I think you could include into the mix. Warren, what's your top choice in the lineup here? Cabinet Shuffle?
I don't really have a top choice here in race 6. I do respect Cabinet Shuffle. He was a good winner last time. He's lightly raced. He's already won 3 times. He's clearly got ability. But numbers 2 Wafif, 5 Gallic Tribes, 6 Tuscan Winter, 7 Cabinet Shuffle all need to be respected in what is a very hard race. This is one of the races on the card where you'll have to try and go your maximum. Moving on to the 7th race, which is a novice handicap over 1,200 metres. I don't think we're going to spend too much time debating the 7th race because I quite like this horse Thunderstone, and I know that you do. He's raced in very high quality fields. He's run close up to Miss Cool. He's run close up to Cousin Casey. He gets Gavin Larena, who's ridden him once for a win, so he'll be looking to keep that record intact. Lots to like about Thunderstone. I'm going to take a chance and probably banker him.
Plenty to like about this individual, Warren. If you wanted to take a chance in the pick 6 on the day and bank a horse, I'd be with Thunderstone in race number 7. Roy Magna, Gavin Larena team up. They've got a very good strike rate. And this horse here, over this 1,200 meter trip, he's yet to run over the distance, but I don't think that it's going to be an issue for him. He did win his maiden over 800 meters, and then he's been campaigning over 1,400 in his last 3 starts. But I think the drop-in trip could certainly eke more out of this individual. So Thunderstone would be one that I'd be with in race number 7, and Warren is in full agreement to that. Now, race number 8 on the program, 1,200 meters the distance. This is an MR72 handicap. Over is 1,200. 10 past 4 is the time you need to get those bets on. Tough race to close off proceedings, Warren. Tough race, because there's quite a few horses with chance here, and they're betting 4-1 the field with Twice a Storm as the favourite. And Twice a Storm, Cabello Mazzaniane rides, 3-year-old son of Twice Over. And there's a form update with this individual. He did run 2nd in that run on the 27th of October. What's your take on Twice a Storm? Does return off a quick backup.
Yeah, it seems to be talented, this colt, so you certainly got to include him and respect him and give him a winning chance. Esquivel came from the clouds last time, absolutely flew to finish 3rd behind Dancing Dora. That was off a win. You know, he won his penultimate start here at Hollywoodbets Greyville, so Esquivel clearly can run a bit. Smith & Weston ran well first time out. The maidens in cahoots nearly won last time. Corvette Captain was a good winner. But for me, I'm in the camp of number 10, Iron Tail. If you go and look at Iron Tail's last 2 runs, he's come from difficult positions and he's run fairly well. But given a chance and put in the race, I think he'll really be a force to be reckoned with. 86 to a 65 in the rating. Number 10, Iron Tail. Even 11, Twice as Wild, has got a chance, but it is a difficult race to close off proceedings.
Absolutely, Warren. I have to agree with you with Iron Tail. 16-1 in the market, 1 run on the course, 1 win. And then number 13, Power Ranger, 7-1 in the market. He'll be one that I include into the mix as well. So numbers 10 and 13, those are the 2 horses for Warren and myself. And what looks to be a competitive day's racing over at the Vaal. We wish you all the best, and hopefully you in the winner's queue after race number 8.